Hi, diddly day, an actor's life is gay. It's great to be a celebrity. Except only 0.01% of actors are famous in actuality. And those making a steady income from acting alone and not necessarily famous at all are only 2%. And that's not even subjectively. It's the harsh reality. But that's okay, because no one can play a tree like you can. Or a dung beetle. Or a pepper pot. Okay, so living and breathing and working acting isn't very rock and roll, but reciting your lines by sleep talking hasn't taken its toll on your partner yet. Stanislavski is your god, and you pray to him long into the beautiful, if a bit chilly, English sunset. Hi, diddly day, an actor's life is gay, despite what people say to you. When you tell them you're an actor and they immediately ask, "Oh, what have you been in?" Yeah, loads, but they're just not out yet and probably won't be out for another several decades, you explain through a faint grin. When you say you're an actor, so when you do anything slightly different for a job, they say to you, "Oh, but I thought you were an actor." I am, in fact, and will always be an actor, thank you, despite you and your big gob. But unfortunately, people think you aren't an actor if you haven't been on a soap or at the RSC. When you say you're an actor, so they tell you about their niece's third cousin who was an extra in Holby City, and they can put you in touch if you like. Yeah, I'll pass, but thanks for the consideration. Third strike. Hi, diddly dear, an actor's life I cheer, apart from all the fear. Being constantly afraid to make even the slightest change in your appearance, so constantly having a box dye on standby. You need to be a blank canvas but unique, neutral but quirky. I really try. Your USP is unashamedly how quickly you can demolish 5 Ferrero Rochers. Why aren't they impressed with that when I come to apply? Don't forget, you have to be as thick-skinned as an alligator, but also sensitive and emotional in order to step into characters. I know which one I'm more of. You have a million different jobs because you need the flexibility and also the time to work on your craft. As much as all your time has to be spent on acting, you still need to find time for other jobs that make it possible for you to live and eat while you're waiting for the next role to come along, and these also require you to graft. Most of all, you're scared to tell your muggle job about your profession because they too want you to be dedicated to them above all else and wouldn't take too kindly to being told you're, shock horror, an actor. You're so desperate to get the job that you say you'll practically do anything and then you get taken advantage of. Would not recommend due to the safety factor. Hi, diddle-dee-dum, an actor's life is fun, so why do you look so glum? When someone posts on Twitter an amazing acting accomplishment and you're over the moon for them, but at the same time feel like the world's biggest failure, you seriously need to stop comparing yourself to others. It really is enough to derail ya. There's no stress quite like being given a script for a self-tape due the next day and it's 400 pages of practically monologues for the character you're reading for. More coffee, anyone? I don't even like coffee anymore. Don't get me started on idents. It's even tougher when you're in the most popular casting bracket. Hello, young adult women who are fairly slim and boring looking. Maybe if I wear a neon green bomber jacket. The highs of acting soar, but the lows of acting pull you quite down. Method acting for Ophelia? Oh no, my mum got rid of the bath, so I can't technically drown. Puddle? It's all about how you look most of the time. And unfortunately, you don't look like Elle Fanning, Timothy Chalamet, or Suarez Ronan. You can always dream. Hi diddle-dee ding, an actor's life I sing is really not a fling. For most people, it's a way of life. So you can expect to swing into different accents completely by mistake. Your Irish becomes Spanish and your American Standard becomes Southern Australian. Is that even a thing? The first thing they tell you is to be an actor, you need to get on Spotlight. Getting on Spotlight is like Marmite. You either don't have an issue with it at all, or the mere premise of it makes you feel downright physically ill. People expect you to work for exposure, not money at first. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't need to eat this month anyway. Oh, you'll feed me while I'm there? That's great because I only eat 1 week out of the month at worst. As long as you don't mind me being unrehearsed. I have to read 8 sides initially and then attend an audition that I travel 2.5 hours to get to, and then you bless me with the presence of the audition room for 5 minutes max and then you don't pay me? Yeah, absolutely. Not having any money means doing things like hiding under the covers to insulate the sound before you can afford to buy a proper mic. Furthermore, you can get very, very, very wrapped up in a part. Northern English girl with dark hair and mental health issues. When do I start? Sometimes though, you have to put the lines or phone camera down and come back to the real world. It may be easier hiding behind a character, but it's very tiring and you need to spend time with your friends and family. Hi diddle! Demonus! Action is good, I promise. No, I mean it, honest. There are so many amazing things about the industry, despite my numerous complaints. You're so great at more than simply charades. Yes, you've been a nursery worker and had a child wee on you, but you've also worked in Zara and had to clean up a poo off the floor of the stockroom. You're a jack of all trades. You can literally do anything. Even though performing is still one of the toughest industries, most jobs are at risk now and there are hardly any jobs for life anymore. So you might as well do something you love, right? Also, the amazing friends you meet outside audition rooms and just in the industry in general. You never know closeness until you get into the rehearsal room and get properly tight. Plus, being a people person comes with the territory. You can literally talk to anyone and everyone. And you do. Much to their protests of annoyance. Another advantage of being an actor is you can work at any age. You never have to retire. There is literally no age where they won't need you on stage. Getting a laugh in the audience is like all your birthdays have come at once. Getting someone to cry is like all your birthdays and Christmases have come at once. The only profession where you can say that. Basically, there's nothing quite like the buzz of being in the wings, or the high you get as everyone claps as you rap on set. And despite all the blood, tears and sweat, it makes you tough as nails. I know I found my outlet. But I can still complain about it.